A new study commissioned by the Heart and Stroke Foundation has found nearly 3/4 of Canadian children are exposed to food marketing on social media, which is supposed to be a big no-no. The study done by the University of Ottawa finds kids see an estimated 111 ads for food per week, and that adds up to almost 6,000 ads per year on platforms like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And the majority of those ads promoted are ultra-processed foods high in fat, salt, or sugar. For more on this, the study's author, Monique Potvin-Kent, joins me now. Monique, this is not supposed to be happening.
Absolutely not, Jennifer. You're right about that.
Tell me which foods are most promoted.
Well, what we saw when we reviewed the footage from the participants in the study is that the category that was advertised the most to kids was fast food products, followed by sugar-sweetened beverages and candy and chocolate. So these, even without doing a nutritional analysis, these aren't products that we want to be advertising to our children.
So how are these foods marketed? Is it insidious or is it pretty blatant?
It's pretty blatant. So there's a whole bunch of different techniques that are used on social media. So some companies have their own kind of social media personas. Sometimes they place ads on other social media sites. And sometimes kids are actually sending food and beverage ads to other children. It's kind of unclear as to whether kids know that they're doing the job of the marketers in some instances.
Is this actually legal? Because they're not necessarily supposed to promote, kids aren't supposed to be targeted per se, but is this use on social media allowed?
Well, right now, the only regulations that exist it's just self-regulation. So in 2006, all the food and beverage companies got together and developed this pledge called the Children's Food and Beverage Advertising Initiative. And so right now, that's what exists. But I've actually done quite a bit of research examining this pledge, and we've really found it to be ineffective. So there's actually a new bill that's going to be passed in the next few days by the Senate. It's Bill S-228, and it's going to restrict food and beverage marketing to kids across a whole variety of media and child settings. So we're excited for that.
You're on the Hill right now. What are lobbyists doing to kind of mitigate that from happening? Are they fighting back? Are these companies fighting back?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I just did a study this summer, actually, where we looked at all of the communication going on between the food and beverage companies and all the different kind of food manufacturing associations and the federal government, and they are certainly lobbying hard to prevent this type of bill.
Where I find it somewhat insidious is that I can monitor what my kids watch on TV, right? I can turn the channel, I can turn the TV off. But if my child is holding their phone and they're on their social media accounts, whether it's Snapchat or Instagram, and they're being bombarded, there's not a lot I can do in the moment unless I'm standing right behind them looking at their phone.
That's exactly right. So with digital food and beverage marketing, parents are not aware because you're not sitting beside your child all the time. You're right. When kids are watching TV, you do tend to be more aware, but it's really important that parents know what their child's exposure is on social media. And I mean, technically, children aren't supposed to be on social media. You're supposed to be 12 or 13 before you can even have an account. But many kids as young as 7 have social media accounts, and that's what we found in our study. And so it's important that parents be aware that kids are really seeing a very, very high level of food and beverage marketing on social media sites, and that the majority of these products are unhealthy. So we did a nutritional analysis of all the products seen by the kids in our study, and over 90% of them fell into that less healthy category. So these aren't products we want our kids to be eating.
Well, listen, we appreciate you raising the awareness for us. Thank you, Monique.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it, Jennifer.
Monique Potvin-Kent is the study author and an assistant professor at the University of Ottawa.